Oblivion on Master difficulty is brutal. Enemies deal 5 times more damage, while my own damage is decreased down to 20%. This leads to, well, let's call it unfair situations. So in order to be able to collect all the achievements on the highest difficulty in a single playthrough, I need to get stronger. A lot. And I have an idea how I can do this. In the last episode I escaped prison, did some detective work, started a revenge run on some fish, closed the first Oblivion gate, and escorted Martin, the son of the Emperor, into safety, and swore that I would get stronger. But first things first.
That's and rice. Forgot a great deal.
Have mercy. Just
Alright, after that intense staring contest, let's talk about how I plan to get stronger. Plan is simple. I'm joining the Mage Guild. This helps me to unlock all the achievements and it gets me access to better spells. Oh, and eventually I even get to make my own magic too, but we'll get to that later. Joining the guild isn't as easy as eating a fireball at the floor like in Skyrim. I actually need a recommendation letters from every major city in Cyrodiil. Since I'm already here, I'm starting with Anvil. I chat with the local head mage and my first task is to solve some mysterious merchant disappearances. So off I go. And the first thing I'm doing is running into Tamriel's worst bandit.
your money or your life.
At least he gives me options,
You're
unlike my
smarter
girlfriend.
than you look.
But unlike her, he doesn't care if I take the money back.
Take it. It's worthless to me anyway.
Next, I head to the local inn, get interrogated by a very suspect elf,
Pardon me, did I hear you say that you're a traveling merchant? Don't you worry, what with the recent killings and all? I'd be ever so scared if it were me.
I take a nap, level up, and get a visit from a Mage Guild guy who fills me up on the plan.
And then continue along the Gold Road, heading east towards Kvatch. I shall be following out of sight along with a fellow battle mage. Make no attempts to speak to us. Trust that we will protect you.
I'm going undercover as a merchant bait. I'm not sure if this will go well, since I'm almost get one-shot by everything, but, well, let's see. Next day, I step outside, and guess what? The suspicious elf lady jumps me. And of course, my Mage Guild's friends are nowhere to be seen and I have to face her alone for most of the fight.
I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm!
I deal with her, report back to Anvil, get my shiny recommendation and set off for the next city, Skingrad.
I'm afraid I haven't given it much.
Next task, I need to find a guy hiding inside a zombie-infested cave. Yay! And once again, I'm painfully reminded that without my summoned buddies, I'm basically just a professional runner. The strategy, kite enemies, and let the summons do the dirty work. Eventually, I find the guy, rescue him, and recommendation number 2 is secured. On to Chorrol, home of the easiest quest so far.
Morning.
Baroque Mage is after a book, and I'm sent to fetch it. I level up, then take a quick mountain stroll, grab the book, return it, and that's recommendation number 3.
My trust in you was well placed, it seems. Hand it over, if you please.
The guards are always doing a great job. Next up, Bruma. The local guild leader Jean, well, she doesn't exactly seems like the sharpest wand in a rack, so the other mages prank her. This time, someone's gone into hiding just to mess with her, and my job is to find him.
All sorts of high places. If you can find your scar, I'll write the recommendation immediately.
Hello.
I found him.
Go away. You'll ruin everything.
Well met.
What the heck? This is so bad. But there's more. I have to steal, borrow a book. And apparently that book makes Jean magically lose the ability to read properly. What are you doing? You don't even have anything in your hand. I hand the book to Volano, Jaskar shows up again, and with that, recommendation number 4 is in the bag. Next up, Cheydinhal.
Matt, have you noticed a change in the well water recently? No. There was a particular ring of burden I was testing some time ago. Another stupid associate somehow got his hands on it and managed to misplace it.
Sounds easy. Just grab a ring of burden from the well behind the Mages Guild. One problem, the ring is really living up to its name. It already killed one poor apprentice by making them too heavy to swim. Funny thing is that in classic Oblivion, if you're over encumbered, you can't move an inch. In the remaster, you just move like a snail on glue. But regardless of that, you still move. Which is why I just casually crawl, swim out of the well and head back.
I'm afraid something.
But surprise, turns out the guild leader here has a little murder secret. And when I find 2 black soul gems in his wardrobe, he bails. Still, someone else writes me the recommendation. Now off to Bravil. Here, I have to get a mage staff from her totally not obsessive lover.
Are you prepared to earn it?
I don't know what to say. All I want is for her to care about me, to feel the same way as I do about her. But she doesn't. I try, and it just
Plot
doesn't
twist.
matter. I sold it.
So I buy it back,
I made you an offer.
say goodbye to my last gold coins, and return the
Just
stuff.
take the money from you
Worth
then,
it?
and here's your...
I don't think so.
Wonderful.
But anyway, there's more.
You needn't tell me the details of what was in. Please, I'm in desperate need of help, and I think you're the only one that I can turn to.
The local guild leader ropes me into helping a friend. I say yes, because, hey, variety. And I got bored of doing the recommendation quests. But let me tell you, this was a mistake. The quest seems simple. I need to help a guy trapped inside his own dream. I get an amulet, go to sleep, and enter Dreamland. Inside, I have no gear, no spells, no backup. Just pure, raw helplessness. The quest consists of 4 tests. Test of courage, test of patience, test of resolve, and the test of perception. The test of courage is simple. Dive into deep water without drawing. Thanks to a lucky potion, it is easy. The test of patience? A classic maze. The solution was written on a note. But the test of resolve was hell. It's actually pretty simple. I need to fight 2 minotaurs at the same time. But remember, I had no gear and no magic was working. So the game gives me some armor and some weapons, including a mage staff. At first, this seemed easy. I will just use the staff to kill them. But then it hit me. The staff hasn't enough charges to kill them both. This problem only occurs in Master difficulty because of the ridiculous damage scaling. Next problem, is that I literally get one-shot by each attack.
This, oh my gosh, this will not go well. This will not go well.
I had no idea how I would solve this puzzle, so I tried, and I tried, and I tried.
What happened? Oh, this was so cool.
I even went onto Reddit to see if there is a cheese or a glitch that I can use to make this easier, but there isn't. Well, not exactly. If you're fast enough, you can hide behind the door when it's closing, making the enemies not able to hit you. But the problem is that the door wouldn't open, even when I killed everything.
Come on, you don't have evidence. You don't even have HP.
This quest seemed impossible without lowering the difficulty, but I didn't want to. There had to be a way to do this. And as it turns out, there is. There is a little time window where I can dodge his attack and attack on my own with my dagger without getting hit. So I just needed to do this perfectly. A few frames too late and I would die. And suddenly, this felt like a Dark Souls fight, where I would eventually find the perfect sequence.
It is possible. Okay, okay, okay. I'm so close. I can taste it.
And it was attempt number 42 where it happened. I killed the first Minotaur with the staff and lured the second one onto the big platform in the middle. And this is where the perfect sequence begins.
It's so close. Yes! Oh my gosh. This whole endeavor took almost 2 hours. Okay, save. Save. Oh my gosh. Woo! Oh my gosh. This is so stupid. I'm never gonna do this shit again. Never ever. Lastly, there's just left the test of perception. It was easy. I just sprinted through. And finally, quest complete. My reward?
From my nightmare.
A single f***ing scroll. But let's return back to the Mage Guild recommendation. Final stop, Leyawiin. The task is simple enough. I need to recover an amulet from a dungeon. The place is swarming with bandits, but at least they're loaded. Some solid loot, decent gear, even a few enchanted items. So with the help of my trusty summons, shout out to scamp number 74, I slowly chip away at them, hiding around corners and letting my minions do most of the work. Oh, nice. At the end of the dungeon, I finally find the amulet, along with a surprise guest.
All right.
Another guild member who really doesn't want me to succeed.
I need it right now.
Anyway, one fireball, or 100, to the face later, I walk out with the amulet and my final recommendation in hand.
A moment and try it on. Then we shall speak.
Now
of
that
what
I'm
comes
in,
next
the
for you.
Arcane University gives me access to two important things. The spell-making altar and a whole bunch of new quests. But before I can enchant or create anything cool, there's a problem. I'm broke. Again. So first up, I hit the city to sell off my loot. Can somebody please explain to me why there are always random fights in the city? What the heck? And then it was up to forging my very own mage staff. On the way to Wellspring Cave, I take the opportunity to farm XP and grind up my destruction skill, zapping wildlife, bandits and basically anything that moves. Nice. But once I reach the cave, things go sideways. Instead of friendly university mages, I'm greeted by necromancers. Classic. I try to fight, but my damage is so low I may as well be hitting them with its sock. Just when things start to look grim, a random city guard shows up and saves the day. In fact, he saves several days. I spent the next 10 minutes luring every single enemy in the cave to this absolute legend of a guard, who proceeds to solo them all like it's his job, which technically it is.
You dare oppose the might of the Imperial Legion?
But of course, the last two necromancers don't fall for the bait. They stay in the little boss island, refusing to come out. So now, this begins the most painful, drawn-out fight ever. I'm running in circle, summon skeletons, flinging tiny fireballs that tickle their health bars. I even shoot arrows at them until I run out. "10 minutes of desperate kiting later, I finally bring them down, grab the stuff, and limp back to the university in victory. The staff takes 24 in-game hours to craft, which gives me time to finally mess around with spellcrafting.
Your staff will let you wield the power. Morning. I hope I can help.
But first, I need to stock up on some new spells I need in Skingrad.
Prices in all Cyrodiil.
And here's where it gets interesting. Oblivion has a little exploit called spell stacking. If I make 2 spells with the same effect but different names, the game treats them as separate and stacks the debuffs. So I craft 2 identical spells with weakness to ice and weakness to magicka. And when alternate casting them on enemies, the debuff should stack. And it works. So naturally, I decided to push the strategy to the limit by doing something extremely reckless, clearing an Oblivion gate. Suddenly, I can melt enemies in seconds, as long as I don't miss and have enough magicka. Well, what did Uncle Ben always said? With great power comes great squishiness. What the fuck? Who wrote the script? And Uncle Ben was right. Still, I make progress. I collect valuable loot, find a shiny new shield and a solid armor upgrade. But the inevitable happens. I can't move. Again. So I make a quick trip back to Anvil, sell off all the heavy stuff, then return to finish the gate once and for all. With the gate finally closed, I tackle the next quest, repairing the orrery that I picked up randomly while talking to some university guy. To do that, I have to clear out 5 camps full of bandits and retrieve ancient Dwemer parts. Turns out that these bandits are loaded. Enchanted gear and expensive loot, even stuff I can actually use. I just blast through them with my new spell combo. Oh, and I also level up 3 times. Back in the Imperial City, I sell everything, and for the first time since starting this adventure, I am not broke. It feels weird, but also nice. I hand the parts back to both Yale. Is it both Yale?
Yes.
Both Yale?
Seems to be everything.
I don't know. But then it hits me. There's a house for sale in the city. Just 2,000 septims. So naturally, I buy it.
Really? Then you'll find it.
It's tiny, it's ugly, but it's mine. And more importantly, it has storage. Well, not yet. So I blow out all my money on furniture. And now I'm broke again.
Pleasure doing business with you. That's a fair deal.
With a decorated home and a bunch of junk safely stored away, I can finally go back to looting. I pay the newly repaired orrery a visit to end the day, and that's when I remember the ultimate goal still lies ahead: 100% achievements.